Yeah. Yeah, just for completion sake, again, I will just reiterate. This is supposed to be 2 to overall 5. First few seconds, the blank pulse in the beginning is called as front porch. Back porch is at the end of the blanking, which is to begin a new horizontal line. Okay. The time interval between the successive fields. What do we mean by field? Previous class we have seen. Field means odd numbered, all the lines are considered as one field. In a picture, if there are 525 horizontal lines considered, which actually define the resolution of the image, okay, odd numbered lines, they are considered as one field. Even numbered, the alternate numbered lines, they are called as another field. Okay. Yeah. So, and some of the critical parameters in video transmission is the video baseband transmission requires excellent frequency response, in particular from DC to 4.2 megahertz. Okay. Remember, this is like in communication, we have so many varieties. Voice communication requires only 4 kilohertz of bandwidth. Okay. We just let us recall, if are using two side bands, after a modulation is done, normally amplitude modulation, if you go for, after the modulation is done, if W is the signal bandwidth, signal can be voice or video or audio or image, anything. For voice communication of human beings, 0 to 4 kilohertz is required. Okay. And if you use both the sidebands, two sidebands, it is 8 kilohertz. What I'm trying to convey is for voice, the maximum bandwidth required is only 8 kilohertz. But it is not the case in case of video, all because video means thousands of pictures, and one picture, okay, even a small picture comprise of, let us say, 600 lines, 620 into 430, something like that. So 630 into 430, 600 into 400 is such a big number. Those many pixels will be there. Okay. And every pixel is represented by 8 bits. Okay. And if you want color image to be sent, you should have some component of red, some component of blue, some component of green. That means to say, for one pixel, 24 bits are required. One image means 600 into 400, let us say 600 into 400 into 24. Those many bits are required for one frame. Okay. But in 1 second, actually we are sending 30 frames, and in 1 minute, so many frames, and in one video there will be lot of frames. So to send all that, your kilohertz will not suffice. Okay. Definitely you need in terms of megahertz. Okay. If you want a good high definition video to watch and entertain yourself, you need enormous bandwidth. Luckily, in optical fiber communication and in even free space, where microwave moves at a range of gigahertz, megahertz we can afford. For a channel, we can give some megahertz. That's why video communication is possible. Okay. I want every one of you, being in telecommunication engineering, you should appreciate, okay, how much is the bandwidth requirement for a video, how much is the bandwidth requirement for an audio, how much is enough for voice telephony. Okay. That you have to be knowing it. Okay. And not just for examination endpoint, even in general, when you have to claim that you are student or you are associated with telecommunication engineering, you should know all this, how much is the bandwidth requirement. Okay. And amplitude distortion and phase distortion, if you seriously want to avoid them, you definitely require equalization. Equalization is a wonderful circuit. What it does is, if there is an increase in the attenuation, it will decrease, and because of frequency, if there is a decrease in the attenuation, it will increase. So it will compensate everything, so that the outcome will be independent of frequency. That means to say, all the frequencies will have same attenuation, all the frequencies will have same phase, then there will not be any amplitude distortion or phase distortion. So in sound quality, if it is to be very nice, you need equalizers. Okay. And I'll talk about what is the meaning of vestigial sideband in rest of the class. And signal to noise ratio is signal amplitude peak to peak divided by noise, not peak to peak, we call it as RMS. Okay. We don't because noise is not a very defined kind of wave, so you cannot have peak to peak. Noise is measured in RMS, and both are so small, so instead of dB in terms of volts, we can consider dB in terms of millivolts. Okay. So and we, I think, have to be very clear, for audio communication, voice communication, there can be other parameters, but for television, the best parameter to be used is SNR, signal to noise ratio. Okay. So and to avoid this statement, just you read it, I shall try to explain it. Okay. To avoid low frequency deterioration, cable circuits use vestigial sideband modulation. Okay. Yeah. I'll explain what it is. I want around 45 you of you are here, okay, in this online class. Everyone be like observant and focus and understand. Okay. Our human eyes, okay, for voice the receiving organ is ear, okay, kivi, okay, but when you are viewing something, the receiving sensory organ is eye, kannugalu, okay. So the eyes, they are very sensitive to the low frequency. Okay. If I make use of some modulation, is the screen visible, uh, Ashes? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, after the modulation, this is how the message looks like. This was the original message. For mere representation, we have taken both on positive frequencies as well as negative frequency, though there is nothing like negative frequency. This is just a representation of message signal. After modulation, FC plus FM, FC minus FM. For multiple frequencies, multiple additions and multiple subtraction, you get the band like this. This is called as uh, carrier amplitude is suppressed. You can't see an impulse here. Carrier amplitude is suppressed, but this is called a double sideband, USB. Okay, upper sideband, lower sideband. If both are there, the advantage is after you demodulate, it will come back. Okay, when it comes back, it will be same like your original message signal. Okay. So try to understand. I hope I am reachable. So the message signal has to be recovered. Okay, modulation is a process done at the transmitter. Okay, and this signal, which is high frequency in nature, can move for a long distance. But at the same time, after it is moved for a long distance, demodulation has to be done to recover back the message signal. The problem is like 4 kilohertz is what we can hear. Okay, you can modulate ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡು 9 megahertz 10 megahertz gigahertz ಗೆಲ್ಲ modulate ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. But again, the other person is also a human being and he has got human constraints. Again, you have to demodulate, then only he will be able to hear. Nobody can hear 91 megahertz FM radio 91, that's a carrier frequency. So again, it has to be demodulated. So after demodulation, message has to come. Okay. Now, instead of two sidebands, if I make use of only one sideband also, I'll be getting the message. There is nothing like 200 hertz minus 200 hertz. If something comes in minus 200 hertz, it's same as good as getting at 200 hertz. Okay. So this is called as sending only one sideband, single sideband. Okay. Now be alert. The television, since it is perceived by human eye, and eye is very sensitive to low frequency components, it is sensitive to very low frequency components. Because of any filtering, we do frequency division multiplexing. Only one user will not be using the channel. There could be 100 other users also. To separate one from the other, we make use of filters so that what you speak will not be heard in another conversation. What other conversation they are speaking should not be audible to you. With that intention, we make use of filters. The problem is if the filter is not very ideal, it won't be ideal also. What will happen is here, if the filter is like this, one small amount of frequency component may get chopped. Okay, you may lose some portion of the sideband. Okay, and then when that is recovered, some amount of low frequency component is also lost. Okay, and we cannot afford to lose any low component in video. In audio or voice, it's okay. As such, actually, there is an energy null till 300 hertz. Ella remove adruno, there is no problem. Okay, in case of voice, but in video, you cannot afford to kind of get lost the even the smallest information signal. Okay, so you should not be losing any information in the low frequency signal. Under that circumstance, another modulation technique came into picture. Okay, if you have carrier, that is called as standard amplitude modulation. If you have suppressed the carrier but you have two sidebands, it is called as double sideband suppressed carrier. It is popular as DSBSC. If you have eliminated hengidru idralli idralli, both the information are same. So if you have removed one of the sidebands, it is called as single sideband suppressed carrier. But now there is a need, apart from the single sideband, to be on the safer side, I'll take some small portion which is almost ignorable, is called as vestige. Vestige means very small portion, almost to the extinct. It is very small in nature. So small portion or trace, okay, of the other sideband also, if it is considered, that is called as vestigial sideband modulation. In television, always we don't use a DSBSC or SSB. DSBSC is double sideband suppressed carrier. SSB is single sideband suppressed carrier. All these are types of amplitude modulation. AM, we call it as AM. One more variety is one band completely we will send it, another a portion we will send it, put together, that is called as vestigial sideband signal. Okay, so the modulation technique which is used in television transmission is vestigial sideband. Okay, coming to the next slide, we have two more slides to go. Hmm. The critical parameters, of course, are signal to noise ratio, the bandwidth requirement. Okay, repeatedly, please memorize the bandwidth requirement for television is much higher than the voice. Okay, so bandwidth requirement is more, equalization is required. Vestigial sideband modulation technique is used in television. Signal to noise ratio is the quality of service parameter in television. Okay, apart from that, few more parameters are there. Let us just see all of them, but concentrate on only two of them. Okay, other things are learned previously also. What are the other parameters? Noise and signal to noise ratio are primary parameters, no doubt. Other parameters are when the frequency changes, okay, how the amplitude, the brightness of the TV receiver changes. That is called as amplitude frequency response. And phase of the signal. Okay, maybe in one of the next sessions, I'll tell you what is phase in terms of color. Okay, color signals, they have phase as well as amplitude. What we mean by that, we will see in one of the next sessions. And delay distortion, already you know, if there is a phase change as a function of frequency, if all the frequency components do not have the same phase lead or same phase lag, that is called as delay distortion. Or it have for a group, the overall phase will not be same, it is called as group delay. Okay, so d omega by d beta, we have studied on that. So nevertheless, phase is a function of frequency. It should not be, actually. All the frequency components should arrive at the same time. But if it is not happening, there is a delay in the overall group. That is called as group delay. Transient response means as and when the voltage comes, on the screen, it should become brightness and color. You don't want to see voltage on the TV screen. What you want to see is the color and brightness. So how fast it will happen, that is called as transient response. And noise, of course, it will be there. And other two aspects, differential gain and differential phase. Okay. So meanwhile, before the next session, definitely I want you to read the second page of one document yesterday I have sent, which is by Texas Instruments. Okay, please read it. He will give one set of definition related to the voltage level and the luminescence and the color. Okay, so that also you read it. Then these definitions by Roger Freeman will be very clear to you. Okay, so we are at the fag end of this class where we will focus on one is differential gain, another is differential phase. Okay. Uh, so before I go for these two definitions, in this class we have seen basically about composite signal. Composite signal means video information as well as synchronization information. Okay. In the 1 second, there should be around 30 frames, and time taken by each frame is approximately 63.5 microsecond. In that, around 53 seconds, 53 microseconds are dedicated for the actual video. Other few seconds, around 10 seconds or so, is meant for synchronization and blanking. Initial blanking, which is at the end of the horizontal scanning of the line, is called as front porch. The next blanking is called as the blanking, which is uh, back porch, and it is in the beginning of the next horizontal line. Between the front porch and blank porch, some amount, another time. Everything is in terms of time. The x-axis in the diagram is time. Okay, some time is meant for synchronization. That negative going pulse will indicate that, oh, this horizontal axis is over, this horizontal line scanning is over, I should go on to the next horizontal line. And parallelly, whenever scanning is happening, simultaneously same thing should be reproduced. So there should be a synchronization between the scanning which is happening at the camera and the display which is done at the TV receiver. One point, if it is scanned here, the same point should be displayed in a scenery. If some portion is bright, that brightness, one object is blue in color, that particular same color should be displayed on the TV screen. So there should be a faithful replication of what is there in the scenery to what is there coming on the TV receiver. Okay. So let us conclude this class with what is differential gain according to him. This is a parameter critical for transmission of color television. It describes how the system gain varies as the video signal level varies. Level means video strength. Okay, so previous classes we have seen level in this particular subject. Level means voltage level, amplitude, strength. Okay, if the signal strength is high, the gain can be smaller. The TV receiver gain can be smaller. If the TV receiver strength is very small, gain has to be slightly larger. Okay, if you keep always gain as very large, if the signal is large, then it will go to saturation and you will get kind of you will not be able to see the picture properly. Okay, there'll be something like if on the board, if light is falling too much, okay, so it will be kind of shining and you'll not be able to see what is written there. Okay, so kind of glazy kind of feeling you will get it. Okay, so what he says is, as and when the video level, the at the TV receiver, okay, TV signal arrives. Okay, so there is some TV station. Okay, any channel you can think of. Okay, TV station is somewhere else. The signal has been transmitted, and in your home you have a TV receiver. Here the signal is received. Okay, primarily we have to amplify, but what should be the gain of the amplifier? It should be in accordance with the TV signal strength. Okay, so this variation, how it happens, okay, is described by differential gain. Okay, so not that all the voltage levels are amplified to the same extent. Higher voltage, actually the gain has to be smaller. Very small signal strength, the television signal, if it is coming, we have to boost it. Okay, the gain has to be increased. This automatic gain control has to be there. It should not be uniform. The gain has to be differential. That's why it's called as differential gain. Okay, one more thing. Differential phase is any variation in phase of the color subcarrier as a result of changes in the luminance level. Okay, when the brightness changes, okay, actually there is an object which is green in color. Okay, and imagine if some illumination, some brightness, okay, because of any LED light or sunshine also. Okay, so if the brightness changes, okay, do you think the color should change? Actually it should not. Okay, color should not be changed as a function of luminance. Luminance means brightness, but if it is unfortunately happening, that concept is called as differential phase. Okay, as and when the brightness is varying, unfortunately the color will change. Okay, so that is called as differential phase. Okay, ideally variation in the luminance level must not produce changes in the color. Okay, so ideally the brightness falling on an object, if it changes, ideally there should not be any color change. Okay, though I had promised in the next class I'll tell you, but for understanding this definition I'll tell it off now. Okay, color, like any other signal, has got amplitude and phase. Okay, amplitude and phase. Even if you imagine a sine signal, I think sine signal is coming into your mind. So it has got some amplitude and phase, the place where it starts. Okay, so phase in color signal is nothing but the hue, the primary color. Okay, and amplitude is the intensity of the color. Okay, I think I'll make it clear with an example. Okay, one particular phase corresponds to red. Okay, so red color and one phase, one particular degree of phase, they are associated. Okay, blue has got another phase, green has got some other phase. Okay, so every degree is associated with one color. Okay, so phase is associated with color. Okay, then what is the amplitude? Amplitude is how intense. Okay, a dark red, okay, or a very pink kind of red, they will vary in terms of amplitude. Okay, so a dark blue, light blue, or navy blue, all of them basically they are blue color itself. So we consider phase is PHASE, phase is associated with color. Okay, so blue is the common color, phase is same, but amplitude is dark blue, light blue, like that. Amplitude corresponds to its intensity. So I suppose this point is clear to you. That means to say a green object, okay, just because illumination falling on that increases, the green should not become red. Okay, a leaf which is there while scanning, just because there is a illumination gain, the green leaf should not look like a saffron leaf or a blue leaf. Okay, so the phase should not vary in accordance with the illumination. But if there is a variation in the color because of variation in the brightness, which is very unfortunate thing to happen, that is called as differential phase. Okay, students, at the latter session of this class, I have explained you that modulation technique, yeah, one is video requires enormous bandwidth in terms of megahertz, not kilohertz. In terms of 4 megahertz or 5 megahertz, one television channel, if you want to view in the ultra high frequency, at least 4 megahertz should be dedicated for that particular television channel, TV channel. Okay, And we use which kind of modulation? Vestigial sideband. In vestigial sideband modulation, one sideband is sent completely, but to be on the safer side, it trace a small amount of the other sideband also. For instance, you could be transmitting USB upper sideband. Along with that, you may send a small portion of lower sideband also. Or the other combination is you may send complete lower sideband and along with it a small portion of upper sideband. Okay, so one full sideband plus one vestige, that is called as vestigial sideband modulation. Because even if small frequency components in one band, if it is lost, we can gain that in the other band. Okay, so VSB is the very useful modulation scheme used in television. Okay, so in future also in fifth semester in greater detail you will learn there are three schemes of modulation basically: amplitude modulation, phase modulation, and frequency modulation. AM, FM, PM. In AM itself, you have multiple schemes in turn. Amplitude modulation, which is standard amplitude modulation, that is with the carrier amplitude. One more is double sideband suppressed carrier. One more is single sideband modulation. Last one is vestigial sideband modulation. Among this, VSB is used for television. And the parameters very popular are amplitude frequency response, EDD, envelope delay distortion, transient response. How fast your system, the receiver, will respond to the change in the signal. That is called as transient response. Then, of course, you have noise, the various types of noise like thermal noise, crosstalk, everything can happen in television as well. And differential gain means when the input level, the signal strength, so what was transmitted as an output at the receiver, it becomes input. The incoming signal strength at the receiver, if it is high, the gain has to be different. Okay, if it is low, the gain has to be different. That means to say, when the levels of the signal strength or the signal strengths are varying, accordingly the gain also must vary. That is called as differential gain. And as the illumination varies, if the color is varying, that is called as differential phase. Okay, so from the curriculum point of view, students, we are left with only color television. There are some intricate things about color television. I will take up one session for that. Okay, so if that one session is over, I think we will be done with the fifth unit. Okay, so we shall see. Maybe on Wednesday, Ajay sir will take and revisit us with stored program control concept. Switching can happen in many ways. Um, in a mechanical or electromechanical fashion or automated fashion. Automated kind of switching is called as stored program control. He will revisit that possibly. And maybe on Friday and take up one session on color television. What are the concepts involved with the color and some tabular columns? I will try to explain on that. Okay. So today's class also, how much you could understand, you can text me. If some of you can text me, I think I will feel that it is reached. Okay. So technical problems will be there. Sometimes connectivity may go and sometimes there could be interruption in the voice. But nevertheless, along with the slides, if you are able to see and get a gist of what has happened in the class, okay, so please give a feedback. Okay, so around 46 of you are there in this session. I expect, okay, many of you to come up with your feedback. Okay, then only I will come to know. In the classes, your facial expressions, the way you are responding, all that can be measured, gauged easily. Here, even if somebody logs in and is sleeping, I'll not come to know. Okay, so your messages, they matter to me. Okay, so some of you had texted earlier also. Again, after this class, I want you to send a WhatsApp message or any kind of message. Okay. So if you have any, we have some 4 minutes in this session, but we can wind up right now. Yashas,
Yes, sir.
yeah, you can take a snapshot.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And yesterday itself, I had sent the Texas Instrument document. So you can have a look through of it. And previously I have sent the video about persistence of vision. I guess every video which has been communicated through WhatsApp, okay, so you should watch them, okay, so you will have more clarity. Any doubts?
Done, sir.
Done. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think you all can unmute for a while, and if you have any queries, you can tell me. I'll be here for around 2-3 minutes. Any queries are there, I will take up. Otherwise, you can just yeah, end this session. Yeah. Yeah. Those who are clear with, they can log off. Those who want to say something, they can tell it. Abhishek? Hello?
ಹಲೋ ಸರ್.
ಯಾ, ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಥವಾ ಮಧ್ಯ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಟರಪ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತಾ ಹೇಗೆ?
ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತು.
ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ? ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ. ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಅದೇ ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಟೆಲಿವಿಷನ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್, ಸೊ ಸ್ಕ್ಯಾನಿಂಗ್ ಹೆಂಗಾಗತ್ತೆ, ರಿಸೀವರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಅದೇ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಮಧ್ಯ ಕಾಂಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ, ಸ್ಕ್ಯಾನಿಂಗ್ ಇಂದ ರಿಸೀವರ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಹೋಗುತ್ತೋ ಅದೇ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಅ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್, ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ವೇವ್, ಸೈನ್ ವೇವ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ ಅದೇ ತರ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್. ಬಟ್ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ವೈಟ್, ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 0 ಅಥವಾ 0.3, ವೈಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 1. ಸೊ ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್, ವೈಟ್ ಅಥವಾ ಬೇರೆ ಕಲರ್ಸ್ ಜೊತೆಗೇನೆ ಅಲಾಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ದಟ್ ವಿ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಸೆಂಡ್ ದ ಸಿಂಕ್ರನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್. ಓಕೆ, ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಲೈನ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಶುರು ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಅದು. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಒಂದ್ಸಲ. ಓಕೆನಾ
ಸರಿ
ಅಭಿಷೇಕ್? ಸರಿ.
ಹಾ ಸರ್.
Anybody voluntarily wants to speak? Rohit?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So were able to hear the entire
Yes,
session?
sir.
Both the sessions?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Any queries you can put forth? Okay.
Okay, sir.
Manoj?
Yes, sir.
Manoj? Hello. Manoj and ಮನ್ಗಿದಾರ?
Sir,
ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ?
ಇದು
ಓಕೆ
ಹಾ ಸರ್.
ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ. ಹಾ ಸರಿ ಸರಿ. ಮಿತಾಲಿ ಶರ್ಮಾ?
ಹೌದು.
Mitali Sharma?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you are able to?
Yes, sir.
Following the 5th unit? One
Yes,
was
sir.
voice. Understood? Okay, okay.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, ma. Okay. Thank you then, all of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, anybody else wants to speak? I'll till next 1 minute, I'll be here. Those who are done with can, yeah, log off. Shankar Gaud?
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್.
ಹಾ, ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ?
ಹಾ ಸರ್.
ಹಾ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೋ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಝೂಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ವೆನಸ್ಡೇ ವಿಲ್ ಸಿ ಸಿಸ್ಕೋ ವೆಬೆಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆ,
ಸರಿ ಸರ್. ಸರಿ.
ಒಂದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದೇ, ನೀವ್ ಯಾವ್ದು ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಆತರ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಟ್ಕೋಬೇಡಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಡಿವೈಸಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿಕ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಏನಷ್ಟು ತೊಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ.